say welcome to everybody to Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church.
Okay.
And I would like to say thank you to Kathleen and Abel for being our speaker today. This is exciting. I'm so glad you're here. And so I would like to say this prayer that we usually start with that I really like. I give thanks to Mother, Father, God for bringing us all together as we support each other in the knowing that we are directed and supported through the love and power of God. And so now next, I would like to say our statement of intent. We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where we can worship the God of our own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us in this celebration of life, to nourish your spirit and enjoy the company of kindred souls. So from here, I would just like to ask for announcements. Anybody would like to share anything? This is the time. Speak up before we mute ourselves. Nobody? Okay. Anybody, any other prayer requests today for anybody, for yourself?
I still am open to prayers for my broken bone, which is getting better every day.
Okay. All right, thank you. We'll hold you up in that. I would like to now say the principles. So we believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We believe in our universal connection in spirit and that there is communication between the spiritual and physical worlds. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would that others do unto you, do we also unto them. And we affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. And we affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. And we affirm the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes contained in all sacred texts. I'd like to ask you all to mute yourselves, and I would like to ask Kathleen to proceed, and look forward to your talk and your sharing. Thank you, Kathleen, for being here.
Thank you.
You're on. Okay.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, it's so dear to see your faces again. It's been too long. Oh, what a beautiful community. And I can see the love that you have for one another. That's so wonderful. Do any of you follow Wendy Kennedy? She channels the Pleiadians. Well, if you don't, that's fine. I'm going to use her meditation, and that'll be an introduction for you. So now just inhale deeply and imagine yourself in your mind's eye. See a golden, beautiful, radiant light moving from the sun to the earth and down through the crown of your head. This golden, radiant light bathes every cell of your beautiful body and infuses your DNA with more energy than you can even imagine. This divine light of source brings every cell and every molecule into harmony. And with each in-breath, imagine the light growing brighter and stronger, above you, beneath you, on the left and right of you, in front of you, behind you, and within you. And as you exhale, release any tension, any worry, especially release any doubt, any stress, any fear. And as you continue to inhale, this beautiful light moves through the bottoms of your feet into the core of the new earth, 5D Mother Earth, crystalline earth. And she holds all the crystalline knowledge and wisdom, which blends with the golden light and which returns up through the earth, up through the bottoms of your feet. And now Mother Earth's wisdom informs each and every cell of your body, creating balance and harmony, moving up through your crown, outward, back through the atmosphere, past your inner planets, through the sun, through the center of the galaxy, and back to the universe, where this blessed process repeats again and again, the golden light of the universe moving down once more through you and through Mother Earth in an endless loop, nurturing you, restoring you, energizing you. And as you make yourself aware of breathing in this light, whenever you think of it, your whole body relaxes and you remember that you're safe, you're connected. Most importantly, you're seen. You're seen by all that's divine and loved. Allow yourself to feel this unconditional love that radiates through this light, nurturing every cell in your precious body. And then this unconditional love light expands out 360 degrees all around you in all directions, extending love to the entire world, where it is returned to you over and over, threefold. And so it is. All right, and when you're ready, we can come back. Now, is this the time you'd like the talk? Okay. I just have to look at your beautiful faces once more and be fed. Oh, so dear to see all of you. I'm wondering how many of you are feeling exhausted from all the events that have unfolded since we last visited. Are you tired? Yeah. Did any of us guess that ascension would look like this? Did any of you imagine it? It seems for a while we're experiencing 3D, 4D, and 5D all playing out at the same time. And each of us, each of you, get to decide which playground you most often step into. When you're focused on something you love, you realize that that's 5D, that high vibration, right? Do you realize you're there? It feels wonderful. Whatever feels expansive, fun, light-filled, that's 5D. But what about when you're feeling scared? Or you're bone tired? How many of us have said, I can't take this anymore. Why haven't we ascended yet? Have any of you thought of that? I think about it a lot. Do we realize that in 5D, everything manifests instantly? So the question is, have you and I mastered our emotions and thoughts enough yet to handle that? Think of what the current narrative is. Blame, blame, blame in politics and conversations about race, sexual identity, gender, world health, and on and on. Certainly horrible things have happened throughout history. We've all incarnated into what were both wonderful and terrible lives, where we may have enjoyed wealth and power at someone else's expense, or we died in miserable poverty. We've experienced the full range of duality, haven't we? Which is why now, as a collective, most of us have raised our consciousness enough to realize that we want something better. Fortunately, the age of destruction and death, Kali Yuga, is over. It's ended. We've just crossed the threshold of the new crystalline age. Last time I was here, I mentioned that we were in the birth canal, ready to be born. Now we are those babies in a brand new earth, and some of us have learned to lift our head and look around. Some are brave enough to roll over, and some light warriors are even courageous enough to stand up and walk. More now than ever before, we realize that we have to look inwards for our answers, because we realize the outer is simply a reflection of our inner, the mirror of our inner landscape, which is littered with thousands of lives of false teachings, prejudices, trauma, and fear, until we heal it. And now is the time. We can't stuff those bad feelings or spiritually try to bypass them, ignoring them any longer. We have to do the work before we can be in 5D consistently. So how do we do that? Well, you can think of the words FOAL, F-O-A-L. Do any of you listen to Nora Harold? She came up with this. I think it's an easy way to remember. F-O-A-L, FOAL. So you feel whatever emotion is coming up. They're all important. And we're going to not only feel our traumas, but we're going to feel the collective's trauma. We're going to feel our ancestors' trauma. This is all coming up now to be released. And the challenge is to feel it in all of its power. If you're angry, be angry. If you're sad, be sad. Cry those tears. Observe it and realize it's not the truth of you. It's just a moment. So you observe it without getting lost in it, without attaching any stories to it. Feel it, observe it, accept it. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't try to run from it. Let it come out, up and out. And then love it. The way you would love a child, the way you would love your child, yourself as a child who's hurting. All of this has to be transformed, and only through love. You know, when we were all in Egypt, and I'm sure you all were there was a test. What you did was you measured your heart with a feather. It was a balance. And so you could feel, is my heart heavy with concern and worry and doubt? Or have I released all that? Have I released it for my ancestors? Have I released it for the collective? And does it feel as light as a feather? And when you realize that, you can take all those traumas and you can just like a feather and blow them away. And once we do that, then we will have those crystalline bodies. We have this responsibility now. Now, certainly our galactic brothers and sisters are helping us. Isn't that exciting to hear about them? And those jobs are so big, so cosmic in ways I don't understand. And we don't have to understand that either. They'll take care of it. What's important is to be here right now, not in the past, not in the future, but here in precious Duluth, right where you are, on your porch, in your living room, in your bedroom. And figure out, what is your heart's desire? What is your heart's desire? Do you allow yourself to feel those possibilities? I suspect that all the fighting that's happening now is so that we grow weary of being afraid, that we stop being afraid of death, that we unplug from the propaganda, and once and for all, focus all of our love and all of our life energy on participating in what feels good, not being afraid of what feels bad. It's tempting to wish we were already in 5D 24/7. But think about it. If Source suddenly allowed us to do that, what mastery would we acquire? What thoughts would be left unthought?
Need help?
And think how many people would suddenly drop dead because somebody blamed them, that they wish they'd go away. Or think of the times you felt tired or apathetic and thought, I don't want to be here anymore. We'd be all dropping dead left and right. Instead, to save us from ourselves, we've been temporarily given this 4D timeline in which to ask ourselves important questions. And you might want to think about some of these. See if anything resonates. What do I believe? How do I get in my own way? What is truth? In what or whom have I placed my trust? Do I have a story about this or that which I'm attached to? Am I faithful about doing my research? And this is the most important. Do I realize that everyone is not me? Imagine everyone is not me. So can I accept that my solutions may not be theirs? Do I allow others freedom to process their lives in their own timing and their own way? Seems like the theme right now is learning how to return to balance, how to sit as source in 0 point neutrality. But how do I feel unconditional love towards what I don't condone? How do I feel love for what I don't condone? That's the toughest question of all, isn't it? For example, how do I love the service to self groups who have tyrannized this planet for thousands of years, who've harmed Mother Earth, created a slave system, lived off human trafficking and sexual misery, prevented every technological advancement that would assist humankind, and instead they profited financially and energetically by keeping us sick and in survival mode? How do I remain divinely neutral about that? Well, Wendy Kennedy, who I mentioned earlier, she channeled the Pleiadians 2 weeks ago, and I thought what she said was very interesting. She was talking about the beings from the Orion star system. And as the part of their evolution, they purposely cut themselves off from their inner light. Sometimes people refer to them as the dark ones because their light frequency is so low. And to follow their experiment, They removed themselves totally from source 1.5 million years ago. What they didn't realize is that left them feeling totally separate. So they developed their intellectual and technological powers to try to get wisdom, but it neglected their heart and their emotional system. Like many of us, they were totally forgetful of that they were emanations of source, just like you and I. And so they became totally threatened by anyone else's freedom or power. So they had to control everything. Does that sound familiar? They even controlled everyone's thoughts. And we see even on our planet how our thoughts are being monitored through social media and other ways. On Orion, they developed fantastic artificial intelligence. And some of our scientists and technocrats are interested in that as well. And they could inject nanochips into people's brains or into their bodies, and it could record every thought, every emotion, every biological happening. And because these controllers couldn't access their heart, they could only get their energy from outside of themselves. They had to steal energy from everyone else. So can you see how on our planet, as physical as it is, how this energy would lead to human trafficking, to sex trade, to drug addiction, and worse? Now, in an opposite manner, before we incarnated, we were great beings as well. And we thought, wouldn't it be the ultimate discovery to descend into the densest of matter, to have no idea who you are, to rely only on your emotions as a roadmap to lead you back home, and only have stark duality to shock you into making choices, to be faced with endless seductions and deceptions? Could we really find our way home? Could we really find our way back to love? Can you see how the Orion's evolution and ours intersected in a strange dance? To us as 3D humans, it's been a nightmare. But to our cosmic soul, to your cosmic soul, it's been an exciting adventure. We're actually accomplishing the impossible. In spite of unrelenting obstacles, we're ascending. What saved everyone in Orion from total tyrannical control and destruction? What saved them? Just like here, light bringers were born, you and I, and everyone who's willing of heart. And what did they do? What are we doing to raise everyone's consciousness? They withdrew their focus from the outer. They withdrew their focus from the outer hell and allowed their souls to dream. Inwardly, their dreams were of such a high frequency that artificial intelligence couldn't track them, couldn't harm them, or prevent them. We would be wise to follow their example. To save yourselves from mass shootings or viruses, censorship, and more, simply visualize the better alternative. Raise above the program. It's that easy. My favorite verse in the entire Christian Bible is Philippians 4, verse 8, and you might want to read it for yourself. Philippians 4, verse 8. Jesus said, "Finally, brothers and sisters,
Maybe.
whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or worthy of praise, think on such things. Those were not just nice words. That's a spiritual practice. In other words, give your life energy to what you love. Fish, hike, read, be kind to children and animals. We don't have to change anybody else. That's exhausting. Simply change ourselves. Simply be happy. Remember that every time we're tempted to blame another, we forge a continuous loop with them until we learn how to release our judgment. The controllers don't want you to know how easily their fear programs will collapse. And when we're ready to stop hating the cabal or the elite or the 1% or whomever has been especially difficult in our lives, remember this: they feel most terrified of all. And for us to feel compassion simply means I won't allow myself to be diminished by their behavior. I won't allow myself to be diminished by my unloving reaction. Imagine not knowing that you're the source. That's their lives. We all know what a dark night of the soul feels like. That's what they experience 24/7. In other realms, they might have been the brightest lights in God's kingdom. They may have volunteered to be the worst of the worst so that you and I, this time around, could explore our Christed sovereignty. We're not separate. We can't enter 5D until we know we're all connected, all that is. Jesus sums it up in the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32, when he told his disciples, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." May we live that truth. Amen.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. What a beautiful message. And I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would like to invite people to unmute themselves and maybe we could talk about this. Any questions?
Sure.
It's a good time. So yeah. Anybody have a comment? There's got to be all kinds of them. I'm just totally enjoying it. So, yeah.
I can say the truth sets you free. I had a dream during the night that I just felt fantastically full of light and love and peace and joy. And I woke up feeling fantastic. So those things we can do, however they happen, they can happen to us. Feel the true love that you are.
Yay!
Hey. Thank you, Kathleen. It was a very inspiring talk. I appreciate it so much. And I love your meditation.
Oh, thank you. And what are you going to do today that's fun for you?
Oh, gosh. Feel free and feel the sunshine.
Yay!
And do some therapeutic driving, which I do quite a bit.
Wonderful. How about others? What are you going to do for fun today?
What is therapeutic driving?
Therapeutic
What is that?
Get in the car and look at the sky and watch whatever's going on in the world where it is not my usual space. You know, I just need to get out of the usual.
Yeah, I guess I do that all the time.
Good.
Hey, Kathleen, you said something about in the beginning about full.
Yes.
The first one was feeling your emotions.
Yes.
What's the OAL?
Feeling, observing, accepting, and loving.
Oh, good. Yeah, nice.
Chris,
I love that. I like that idea.
Being accepting and loving.
feeling, expressing. and
Feeling, observing, accepting, and loving.
feeling.
I just also want to say hi to Sharon because we didn't see her earlier. Hi, Sharon.
Hi. I was over on the other side.
Oh,
Who's listening?
Very.
Kathleen,
Hi,
I felt that your meditation was so powerful.
Oh,
And I'm sure it was a combination of the consciousness you're bringing to it as you deliver it to us, and also its source. And who was that again? That was the Palladians?
Wendy Kennedy. And if you go to her site, she has a beautiful free talk that she gave 2 weeks ago. And I think
Mhm.
it'll be up.
Mm-hmm. Well, really, I could feel the resonance with your entire.
Oh. Oops, I lost your voice, Carolyn.
I thank you so much for speaking of these very galactic and cosmic dimensions with us, because I'm sure a lot of us are following it, but it's lovely to have it be brought into the group. And on another note, I am curious about what you are doing now with your great love and knowledge. And
I am moving to La Crosse, Wisconsin area. I found a little cottage that has 3 acres, and I want to make a little sanctuary for people to come and meditate and do things.
wow,
lovely.
We'll see what
lovely.
that unfolds.
And did you say with teenagers?
With anybody. I would have loved to buy here, but in Duluth, it's so expensive now.
Yeah.
Have any of you been following the market? Wow.
Yeah.
Houses go like this. I lost a couple of them and way above list price.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So if you have a house to sell, now is a good time.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, La Crosse is a wonderful town.
Have you been there?
Just a little, but I used to hear that it had the best co-op in the state.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure that was 20 years ago, but when co-ops weren't as popular, but mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm a Wisconsin woman. I grew up in Wisconsin, and
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Norm, if you know Norm Shealy had a healing center there.
Oh,
And
we did?
Jerry's brother Jim worked there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is he still there?
No, he isn't. He connected with Carol and Mace,
Yeah.
and he lives in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh,
Now he moved there. Yeah.
wow. Well, it'd be fun to explore naturopaths and see what they're
Yeah.
up
Mhm.
Ah.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
to. Good to see you, Carolyn.
You too, Kathleen, very much.
I still have some of your tea.
It's still good.
It is.
It lasts.
Yes, it does.
Nation for their goodness. for
I also want to thank whoever hosts for us and posts on YouTube. What a wonderful link. I've been able to share our community talks with a lot of people because it's so easy for them to go on YouTube and look up Lake Spirit Interfaith Community
Yeah.
Church. So
Oh.
thank you.
And that thanks goes out to Andrew. This is Denise. I can host, but I don't know how to do the YouTube thing. But Andrew always comes on and he coordinates that link between what I have recorded. I can record it, but then he takes the recording and makes it postable or linked to the YouTube thing. And that works great. So thanks, Andrew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Andrew.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know about that.
I
Where-
didn't.
You can go back to other speakers you've met,
Oh, wow.
watch their, yeah, and watch their videos. It's there.
Phyllis, where do we find the YouTube pieces?
When you go into YouTube, all you do is type in Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church, and it comes right up, and then it shows speakers going back several months.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Wow.
Good to know.
Yeah.
A wonderful
good.
resource.
And Kathleen, because of Zoom, you can attend on Sundays with us anytime you don't have something else that you need to attend.
Well, that's great to know.
Mhm.
Ah, yes, good, thank you.
That's wonderful how the world is all connected now.
Mhm.
Yes,
Awesome.
Yeah, one of the
Thank-
gifts.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kathleen,
Yes, ma'am.
this is Lisa. I don't have my photo on right now. I'm here with Darlene Watson. And I have really not only missed you, but I just feel like you were just such a minister of the moment today. I cannot express as wholeheartedly as I might care to how phenomenal not just the words were, but the transmission. I'm really grateful for all of what you spoke and how you brought us through these moments. I feel so much clearer about where we are now in the collective.
Bless you. Bless you.
Yeah, it's very heartfelt.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Carol Condrath, did you draw a picture for us today?
I do. Let me see if I can. Oh, here, I think if I turn this thing this way, you might see it.
Oh, oh, nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit
What-
of
what's
nature in
your-
my collective awareness, I guess.
Yeah, oh, okay, cool.
See it one more time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it showed up. Like I say, I'm just on my little phone. Is it on?
Oh,
Whoa,
I
yeah.
love the green on there.
Yeah.
So vibrant. I'd say we're all pretty happy by looking at that picture, Miss Condrath.
Well, you know what? I am just full of happiness. I don't know what level I'm on, but
That's what I
I'm
need
being
to know.
carried by everything, all of you and all of the grass that's growing and these pigeons over here and everything.
Cool.
Okay.
I'd like to mention that it's Laura, I don't see Laura Whitney with us today, but it's her birthday today. And it's been such an important part of our group. If you have a chance to contact her in any way, tell her we're thinking about her.
Okay. Thank you.
And offer
And
our prayers
she'll
for us.
feel it as we send her a birthday wish right now.
Absolutely.
Consciously or unconsciously, she'll receive it. Let's all send her a birthday love.
Who is this?
Laura Whitney.
Oh, Laura Whitney, send her peace and joy.
And prayers for a healthy new year.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
We miss you and we'll be back here in the next couple of weeks. We should be back by the 4th of May, I think we'll be back. So we'll bring up lots of Arizona sunshine back to Duluth.
Oh,
good.
Okay.
Good.
Good. Thank you. Woo-hoo. Can hardly
Good.
wait.
It'll be good to have you back, please. And
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
both of you.
I should
And
be
have a
back up
great
there in
trip.
June, but
That's
then
right.
you won't need my
Thank you.
sunshine by then.
Yes.
What was that, Harley?
Said I should be back by June, but you won't need my sunshine by then.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know with
My own
Duluth.
sunshine.
I'm so glad you'll come back in June.
Yeah, me too.
So happy you're coming back, Harley.
I
So,
know.
So great to be able to see your face and hear your voice while you're in tropical Florida. We appreciate it.
Uh,
Good to meet with you guys every week too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good, all right.
think I spent
Complete.
more time in Duluth than anywhere else I've lived. I was up
Yeah.
there 15 years.
Mhm,
Uh-huh.
mhm, mhm.
That are they?
In a lot of places.
Yes.
None of them are.
Mhm.
Feel the sun and the
Any other comments, sharing at this time?
I want to wish
Mhm.
Kathleen a smooth move and success with her retreat center.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you have a
Okay.
name, Kathleen? Do you have a name for your proposed upcoming center that we can do a little research and find out about it?
I'll let you know when I get that figured out.
Thank you.
good. Sounds
Okay.
good.
One day
Is
at a
it,
time.
is it an absolute that you're going to be in La Crosse, Kathleen? If we conjured up the prospect of you being closer to Duluth, would you reconsider?
Movers are coming on the 3rd, so for right now, I guess I better show up for them.
All right. We'll come to La Crosse.
You know, you
have
have
a nice little
a
car.
very strong real estate connection right here with Lisa.
Oh,
Duluth.
is that it? Oh, wonderful.
She can work a lot of magic.
I bet. That's a good person to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you get a feeling that you are to reconsider, it's not it's not necessarily a dead end.
Yeah, good to have that name. Thank you.
Awesome. So, any other comments? Otherwise,
I
Go
want to say,
ahead.
Michael, that's an astonishing view behind you today.
It is. It's always great.
Where is that, Michael?
That I don't know where it is. It's a portrait that I purchased a few months ago that I had in my office. But if you see the
yeah
the canoe in the back or the boat in the back, and there's two people that are looking at each other.
Oh,
and it is all about mentorship. It's all about sharing. It's all about coming together in this sacred space. It is very close to a place in the city forest that I paddle that I call the Sanctum Sanctorium, the Holy of Holies.
Wow.
And that's exactly what I saw when I saw this portrait that I purchased.
Wow. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
What was that?
Okay.
Thank you
Oh,
for
we
the.
can
Thanks for asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other comments?
I just want to thank you, Carol, for
Oh,
always being there as president and of our board and just inviting wonderful speakers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, I just thank Spirit for guiding me.
Yeah.
I did not do this on my own, people. I was like practically kicked into being president, thinking about it all summer. Like, what? I gotta share this. This is really cool. I would get these butterflies in my stomach if I thought of the church. I'm like, what is this? You don't know. And I was just pushed, and it was like all perfect. And the most amazing speakers like Kathleen, just up here. I wouldn't know how to get hold of you all. That's not me, you guys. You got to give thanks where thanks is deserved. So, with that, thank you. No, I'm directed. It's like I have no. It's like there is no mistake.
So then, and thank you for being open to be inspired.
Yes,
Yes.
I accept that. I accept that. Thank you.
Be inspired. Right.
We're all inspired. And with that, I would like to say, thank you to everyone for all your donations throughout the months and years and whatever. And to, feel free to continue to send your donations to the church at 1414 East 9th Street, Duluth, 55805. And of course, the mailbox is locked. It's totally safe, I guarantee. So, and I just thought I'd add that, but appreciate every donation, everything is, we're very grateful. So, okay, I would like to say the church affirmation that we totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. And we know that as our thoughts and trust in joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership to our spiritual community, and we are grateful.
Yes.
Amen. And so,
thank you all.
I would just want to say the benediction. It's going to be the prayer for protection, it's a unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And we are all grateful. I am grateful.
All is well, too.
All is well. So,
thank you, everybody.
What a great morning again. So,
You should turn this to the dogs.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
All right, thanks, everybody. Have a great
Bye-bye.
week.
Everybody, have a great
Have
week.
a great week.